Hello, today is day 21. I'm going I'm going to do an art clip today. The Mona Lisa, the Pietà, the girl with the pearl earring. For a score of centuries, artists enriched Western society with their works of astonishing beauty. The Night Watch, The Thinker, The Rocky Mountains. Master after master, from Leonardo to Rembrandt to Bierstein, produced works that inspired, uplifted, and deepened us. And they did this by demanding of themselves the highest standards of excellence, improving the of masters, and then continue to aspire to the highest quality attainable. But something happened on the way to the 20th century. The profound, the inspiring, and the beautiful were replaced by the new, the different, and the ugly. Today, the silly, pointless, and the purely offensive are held up as the best of modern art. Michelangelo carved his David out of a rock. The Los Angeles County Museum just offers us a rock, all 340 tons of it. That's how far standards have fallen. How did this happen? How did the thousand-year ascent toward artistic perfection and excellence die out? It didn't. It was pushed out. Beginning in the late 19th century, a group dubbed the Impressionists rebelled against the French Academy of Beaux-Arts and its demand for classical standards. Whatever their intentions, the new modernists sowed the seeds of aesthetics relativism. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder mentality. Today, everybody loves the Impressionists, and as with most revolution, the first generation or so produced work of genuine merits. Monet, Renoir, and Degas still maintain the elements of discipline, design, and execution. But with each new generation, standard declined until there were no standards. All that was left was personal expression. The great art historian Jacob Rosenberg wrote, "The quality of art is not merely a matter of personal opinion, but to a high degree objectively traceable. But the idea of the universal standard of quality in art is now usually met with strong resistance, if not open ridicule. How can art be objectively measured? I'm challenged. In responding, I simply point to the artistic result produced by a universal standard compared to what is produced by relativism. The former gave the world the birth of Venus and the dye of gold, while the latter has given us the Holy Virgin Mary, fashioned with cow dung and pornographic images, and Petra, the prize-winning sculpture of a policewoman squatting and urinating, complete with a puddle of synthetic urine. Without a static standard, we have no way to determine quality or inferiority. Here's a test I give my graduate students, all talented and well educated. Please analyze the Justin Pollock painting and explain why it is good. It's only after they give very eloquent answer that I inform them that the painting is actually a close-up to my studio apron. I don't blame them. I would probably have done the same, since there's nearly impossible to differentiate between the two, and who will determine the quality is another challenge I'm given. If we are to be intellectually honest, we all know situations where professional expertise is acknowledged, where artistic excellence is judged by expert in the field. Sure, we have Finch the consistent who indiscriminately threw himself across the ice and demanded that his routine be accepted as being as worthy as valued as that of most disciplined skaters. Not only has the quality of art diminished, but also the subject matter has gone from the transcendent to the trashy, where once artists supply their talents, substance, and integrity to history, literature, religion, mythology. Many of today's artists merely use their art to make statements, often from nothing more than shock value. Artists of the past also made statements at times, but never at the expense of visual excellence of their work. It's not only artists who are at fault, it's equally the fault of the so-called art community, the museum head, gallery owners, and the critics who encourage and financially enable production of this rubbish. It is they who champion graffiti and call it genius, promote this scatological, call it meaningful, and it is they who, in reality, are the naked emperors of art. Who else will spend $10 million on a rock and think it is art? But why do we have to be victims of all these bad tastes? We don't. By the art we patronize at museums or purchase at galleries, we can make our opinion not only known but felt. An art gallery, after all, is a business like any other. If the product doesn't sell, it won't be made. We can also support organizations like the Art Renewal Center that work to restore objective standards to the art world, and we can advocate the teaching of the classical art appreciation in our school. Let's celebrate what we know is good and ignore what we know is not. By the way, the white background you see behind me is not simply a white graphic backdrop. It's a pure white painting by noted artist Robert Rauschenberg at the San Francisco Museum for Modern Art. I'm Robert Floresheim from Prager University.